So Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is out now on Paramount Plus, and I've seen the first little bit of the first portion of the series. I mean, I think that's what first little bit implies. I don't know why I said first portion right after, but you know what I mean. I've seen the first little bit of it, and it's pretty good. You know, I don't want to sit here and gas it up and be like, oh, it's the greatest animated version of the Turtles I've ever seen. It surpasses 2003, 2012, Rise, 87. It beats it all. Because by saying that to you would actively mean that I'm lying. I think that it's perfectly serviceable and fine and fun, and I think it even serves as a pretty good follow-up to the film Mutant Mayhem, but I think I've let it be known I wasn't as hyped going into the show as I was the movie last year, and I'm not sure that that was for any particular reason. Maybe just the vibes are off for me personally this year, not because of the show, just in the headspace that I am with everything going on in the world. Whatever, let's leave that aside. But no, I'm not gonna let that affect my feelings towards watching the show, and once setting that aside, I gotta say, I had quite a bit of fun with this. We knew going into it that it was going to explore the Turtles and their own individual adventures whenever an event separates them, and yes, that is the case we see as early as the first episode, and I've gotta say that it's being used in pretty good effect. I think that this is a good way for us to dive into the headspaces and the psyches of each of the individual Turtles that we didn't really get to do in the first movie because that was such a team, group, and community-focused film. But here, right out of the gate, each Turtle gets their own individual episode, so you get to spend a bit more time with them on their lonesome, and maybe now it'll help you land on which Turtle in this iteration is actually your favorite, because that first movie made it a little tough for me to pick. The show is a lot of fun. I think that the animation actually does translate super well into a full episode. I remember saying back when we saw the teasers and stuff early on, I wasn't sure how well the 3D animation was going to translate into a 2D space. Despite me being a huge 2D animation nerd specifically, I wasn't sure how that was going to translate over seeing the little snippets and stuff that we saw, but I gotta say, in the full show, looks exciting and it's all a lot of fun. There's some things here and there that I want to talk about that I'm not sure how to feel about, but doing so would lead into spoiler territory, and I kind of want to save that for at least a week or 2 weeks out from now so I can ensure that as many people that are watching the channel have seen the show. I want you to enjoy it. I don't want to be like one of these mainstream publications ruining Deadpool and Wolverine for everyone. The voice acting, again, love the cast. There's a lot of good stuff going on here. I do have to say one thing about the dialogue though. There are some unfortunate pop culture references here that do not age well. There's one specifically that was in the film that I was like, given current events, I'm not sure that's going to go over too well, that being the whole Raph mentioning Drake line, and if you keep up with hip-hop culture and you saw the whole war that went on between Kendrick and Drake just like a couple of months back, hasn't been that long, I don't know, I've been all in it though. Yeah, so they make another Drake reference in the first episode, and it did not hit whatsoever. As soon as I heard it, Not Like Us started playing in my brain, so that's one L I guess the show's gonna have to take, sorry. And me mentioning the whole hip-hop thing made me think of music. Yeah, I don't really love the music in the show. It's not bad whatsoever, but just, I know I probably shouldn't do this, but comparing it to themes of Turtles past, or even just the OST and soundtrack that was in the movie, this doesn't really compare. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Is the show fun? Is it a good watch, and is it worth your time? I will say yes. I would say only try to hurry up and watch it if you want to avoid spoilers. The vibe that I'm getting so far, it's a nice little contained story that's going to have some carryover into the next films. I know it's getting another season, but it also just seems like it's going to be a nice little fun watch that you can sit back, relax, get your popcorn, get your drinks, and talk about with your friends. Tales of the TMNT out now. Are you enjoying it? Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to continue watching the show, and don't spoil it for anybody. Be nice, okay? Cowabunga, dudes.